The current in thing at the moment is the Battle Royale genre, and it has been for the past few years. Ever since Fortnite broke into the mainstream, every single company has tried to make their own Battle Royale with various degrees of success. But Nintendo's own Battle Royale output has actually been quite awesome, with the incredibly addictive Tetris 99 and the fun but criminally short-lived Mario 35. But now, just after Super Mario Bros. 35's demise, Nintendo has brought us an all-new Battle Royale. This time it's based on the classic arcade game Pac-Man, so let's see how they did, shall we? Pac-Man 99 sees, yes you've guessed it, 99 different players going up against each other to be the last one standing. You're probably wondering how you play the game. While in a similar way to Tetris 99, it takes the traditional Pac-Man gameplay and just sprinkles a few modern implements to make for a very clever and enjoyable battle royale. You travel around the traditional Pac-Man board collecting pellets and avoiding ghosts, whilst also trying to hamper other players' games. The main aim is to last as long as possible, so you're the last player standing to be called the Pac-1. As you go across the maze, you'll notice sleeping ghosts on the maze, and if you gobble them up, they'll form a ghost train behind one of the 4 ghosts. You can keep adding to the ghost train to make up to 30 ghosts in one train, then eat up a power pellet to scoff the whole train down. For each ghost you eat, you then send a jammer Pac-Man to your opponent's game. These things will essentially slow down Pac-Man's speed and does hamper your rhythm in the game, especially if a ghost is behind you. Then there's also these red Pac-Man that will appear later on in the game, and you'll want to avoid these at all costs as they will kill you instantly on the spot if you touch them. To the left of the screen you have 4 different powers titled Stronger, Standard, Speed and Train. These affect how Pac-Man is after he eats a power pellet. Keeping it at standard is typical Pac-Man stuff. Speed makes Pac-Man faster, Stronger makes Pac-Man slower, and the duration of the power pellet shorter, but you send more jammer Pac-Man to your opponents, whilst Train makes more sleeping ghosts on your board, but at the cost of more jammer Pac-Man on your board to show up. It's a great mix of powers on the fly that allow you to change gameplay to defeat your opponents in many fun and strategic ways. To the right of the screen you have Random, Counter, Hunter and Knockout, and picking one of these will determine where your jammer Pac-Man will go. These will target players with the most KOs, people nearly knocked out, and the ones that are targeting you. It's worth changing targets on the fly as the match goes along, getting rid of more people quickly and putting you higher in the position ranks. Once you've cleared up a certain amount of pellets, a fruit will appear in the middle of the board. Now if you gobble that up, that will reset the board with pellets, new sleeping ghosts and the like. You could continue to get all the pellets to get an extra speed boost before getting the fruit. So do you eat the fruit to get more ghosts, or do you go for the speed boost? It's a great way to make for constantly thinking on the go so you can adapt your playstyle. The only real fault I have with Pac-Man 99 gameplay is that the game does a pretty poor way of explaining its mechanics. You do get a couple of bits of info about the game before you actually start it, but that's about it. A proper tutorial before chucking you into the deep end would have been much more preferred, but that being said, give it a few matches and you'll be fine, as you'll soon get the hang of things. And once you get the feeling for the game, you'll constantly be playing the game for quick bursts, as the game is so easy to pick up and play, as each match don't actually last that long. Taking easily under 5 minutes to play a match, it's so easy just to jump in or have another match after losing because it's so fast paced and fun and super quick to get into. Pac-Man 99 may be a free game if you have a Nintendo Online subscription, but the game actually does have a fair amount of DLC. First up there's the themes, and these allow you to have special themes based on Dig Dug and various other Namco games, but you have to shell out for them. It's a bit of a shame that you don't actually earn these like you do in Tetris 99, as all the themes in Tetris 99 are free, you just have to earn in-game currency, but no, here you have to pay a small fee for them, which is a shame. It doesn't end there, as there's a few offline modes that are behind a paywall. Very much like in Tetris 99, there's a mode here that allows you to play the game offline with bots, as well as score and time attacks. It's a good thing that there's offline modes here so that the game will never be lost to time, so when the servers eventually do get turned off, you can still play the game, which is something that can't be said for the recently delisted Mario 35. One thing that is a bit of annoyance is that private matches are also locked behind a paywall, so if you and a friend want to be guaranteed to be put in the same match together, you'll both have to buy the mode DLC packs to get the privilege. This kind of rubs me up the wrong way with this and the paid themes, as it really does make this game feel a little bit too greedy. The pricing for the DLC is £1.69, $2 for a theme, $12.99 or $15 for the mode packs, or £25 or $30 for the bundle that includes all the DLC modes and the themes. It wouldn't surprise me if Nintendo did a retail release later on that includes all the content on the cartridge with a year's subscription of the online service. Whilst the DLC is a bit pricey, it should be said that the main game here is fantastic and well worth a download if you own the Nintendo Online subscription. It's also worth noting that Pac-Man 99 plays great, but if you decide to use a Pro Controller, change the options so you can use the analog stick to control Pac-Man, as the D-pad on the Pro Controller isn't that great and isn't accurate enough for Pac-Man tight and quick decisive movements. Conclusion time now, and Pac-Man 99 is yet another thrilling, addictive and unique take on the Battle Royale genre. It takes the same great Pac-Man gameplay and add a few new layers to make for the perfect pick up and play title. It's fast-paced, intense gameplay that brings new life to the 41-year-old classic. The game may take a little while for newbies to get used to, as the game doesn't always explain itself very well and the DLC is pretty expensive. But for the base free game, it's a must play. So with that, I'm giving Pac-Man 99 a 9 out of 10 with the title of brilliant. As always, thank you for watching my review. I hoped you enjoyed it. If you could like and subscribe, that would be great. And until next time, as always, happy gaming. Bye.